What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to our channel.
Hello.
I'm Troylyn and this is Zach. And we are here doing a question and answer husband and wife tag again. Because we did record this video.
That don't even matter.
And so let's doing it again.
That don't matter. This is the first, just act like it's the first, well, this is the first time they've seen it.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay, so we're just going to act like it's our first time doing it. Although we're doing different questions this time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be amazing. I haven't read this yet either.
Yeah, because I just wrote them.
So.
And so, it's 10 questions. And it's going to help you all get to know a little bit more about us. Because the other two videos were vlog style. And so this is more
we have to get better at those.
Video, sit down, talk, get to know us, and things like that.
Get to know us. All right, so we're going to get started. So I'm going to ask the questions. I'm a good question asker.
All right, question number 1.
I'm trying to rush me.
I wasn't.
All right, question number 1. So, when and how did we meet? Tell them about me.
Tell them about you.
Yeah, tell them how we met.
We met.
Tell the real story.
All right, we met on Twitter, and I wrote a post, looking for some godly friends on Twitter. And
After I said, I wrote a post saying I'm a nice, godly gentleman. I'm looking for some new friends. Then
no,
she
actually, no.
thirst trap.
So I wrote a post, and I was like looking for some godly friends, and so here he came in my DM.
Wait. I didn't come like immediately in your DM. Probably
Yeah, it
like
was
the
like
day after.
No,
or
it was
something.
it was that same day. Cause I remember like oh, people responded to me because it was like a group of people.
Come on,
that
options.
responded.
Okay, you had options.
It was a group of people that responded, and one of our great friends that still our friend to this day, she was also somebody that reached out.
Shout out to Chris.
And so he reached out to me, and he was like, I'm trying to see if you sing.
Wait.
If you're in a relationship.
No. Back that thing up. That is not how it happens.
Mm-hmm.
So she said that, and I responded with scripture. I said, well, sweetheart, if you want friends, you must show yourself friendly. So just continue to show yourself friendly, and God will pick the proper people.
So that's how we met. We met on Twitter.
How did you know I was the one? I'll answer that. So, how did I know? I knew as soon as we talked on the phone. Yep, it was not love at first sight. It was love at first hear your voice.
What?
I got on the phone, I was like, dang. That girl said, hey, how you doing, baby? She got a strong New Orleans accent. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? No. After we started talking on the phone, we talked on the phone all day. I don't remember like how that was even possible.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I should have been working at school or something. But anyways, we just talking on the phone all day. And
Uvu all night.
See, y'all start fucking nasty. We was saved.
Yeah.
We was uvuing, wrapped up.
I used the word rollers. That's so crazy.
Nobody wanted to tempt nobody. We was wrapped all the way up in Jesus' name. Anyways, no. So we used to talk like on the phone all the time, and I was like, how can I talk to this person 24/7 and not get tired of talking to them? Like, I don't know if you remember one time we tried to see how long we stayed on the phone. And like we stayed on the phone like all day one day. We went to sleep on the phone, and the next morning woke up on the phone and just like stayed on the phone. It was a long time. My cell phone was like burning hot when I woke up. But anyways, that's how I knew, because I was like, we done had this long conversation, and I'm not bored, and I'm not tired, and like she laughing at my crazy jokes that aren't even funny. But we were more so laughing at the fact they weren't funny.
Yeah.
Like we do now. Anyway, okay. Oh, you must answer that question.
Oh, I thought you answered to the both of them.
Oh no. I can't answer how you knew I was on.
Oh.
So answer, wifey.
I really cannot pinpoint exactly,
When she saw my picture.
though, exactly when I knew. I knew because God told me. I'm going to go spiritual with him. God told me that he was someone that I was supposed to spend the rest of my life with. And so at a young age, I mean, you think of like, oh, this the one. This is my husband. Oh, but And then, because me and him were very inconsistent, And so I always question God, like, is he the one for me? Like, am I supposed to be with him? But I always stuck with that first response from God saying, like, this is him. This is it. And so that's why I just never gave up, because he told me. So that's how I knew.
So next question. Okay, so remember, before I ask this question, you guys remember we've been together on and off for like over 10 years. Okay, just remember that. So the next question is, when was our first kiss? And I do not know. So she.
Pause. How did he not remember that we waited years to kiss? I mean, it's crazy.
I don't know the answer to that 'cause I don't know. That was a long time ago.
How do you not know?
Tell people.
Our first kiss was on our wedding day.
Oh!
So,
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I knew that. I couldn't forget that. It was February 14th. It was a joke. That was like
but
the
anyway,
whole-
we waited until
that
we
was the
were
whole
married
thing.
to kiss. And so,
Alright, so what is my worst habit and what is my best habit? I already know. Am I answering for you, for me?
no, you're answering about me.
Okay.
So what's my worst habit?
Worst habit. I already know what you're gonna say about me. Worst habit is
No, I mean, let's be honest.
she late. A lot. And I think that spirit's rubbing off on me. Yeah, that alarm be going off like 5 times in the morning. She just snooze. Like, you know, you see those memes on Facebook with people that set like 5 different alarms. Like, she really do that. Like, every time I would see that, I thought it was a joke. I didn't realize people really do that and like just keep turning it off each alarm. But she really in real life do that, y'all. Like,
Yeah, I'll be tired.
like, and I'm sleeping. I'm like, the first time I realized that, I was like, why her alarm keep going off? Now I wake up and I was like, maybe I was dreaming the last time. Best habit. I don't know if this would be considered a habit, really. I don't think it is, but I'm saying anyway. She's a very careful driver. Not me. Like, I'll be gone. But she's so careful with driving. Maybe it's because, never mind. She's a very careful driver.
Right, but that's crazy. I try to be careful because I don't want to die.
I won't die either. I only been in one car accident. It wasn't my fault.
So his worst habit.
Leave my clothes
is-
everywhere.
I wasn't gonna say that, but that is a bad.
Whoa, well then you just gotta stick with that because we can't be naming several.
Well, you gave me that one,
Okay,
so I could
okay.
just stick with that one.
No, go ahead. I want the people want to know what you think. I mean, talk to me.
He throw his clothes everywhere, and I honestly don't mind picking it up. I think what makes it
I've been getting better at it lately. Well,
What-
I'm tired of it. Go ahead.
what makes it what brings it to the point of aggravation for me is if I just cleaned up and I have
we
it
just cleaned
spotless
up. I try to do a good job.
and he'll throw stuff. That's
I look like somebody that throw stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And his best habit is that he tries to like always do things to make sure I'm happy. Like it's a habit. Like he'll go out of his way to buy something or do something or whatever he could do outside of Publix. But
You guys, random acts of kindness. We need more of that.
Yeah.
I had on a shirt today, one of our shirts that said love, faith, peace. And I had so many people, well not so many, there's only one dude. But this man was like, we need more of that. And I was just telling him about how we just need more random acts of kindness to people that you love, to people that you don't know, whatever the case may be, to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
All right. If you could get rid of one thing that belongs to me, what would it be? You go first.
I'm kind of mixed between this answer because it's a necessity, but it would have to be your phone.
Okay. I would get rid of... Okay, so I really wouldn't get rid of these, but I would. Lashes. Because I see a lash on the floor and I think it's a spider. And I'd be like, oh. cool, it's just a lash. And then I'm like chilling. Or like one time we was in the car and one of her lashes was, she got scared of her own lash. Was on the ground or something. And she was like, ah!
It was on the side.
Yeah, she like, I'm driving. She said, ah! And I was like, what? That's a perfect example when you do that. And I was like,
well, I was scared. I screamed when I was scared.
Who, we can answer this one together. Who is more affectionate?
Me.
She is. I am, like, my parents used to say this about me growing up. I'm one of the most least affectionate people I know. But I'm trying to do better. Like, I have to, and it doesn't matter who I'm talking to, I have to, like, make a conscious effort to be affectionate. So, I mean, no, not all the time. Like, it come natural, of course, at times. But, like, I have to make an effort. It's probably because I didn't get enough hugs as a child.
I didn't get none either.
Oh.
I think that's why I'm so affectionate. But for me, my love, well, I try not to let it be that. But my love language is physical touch. And so, because that's how I receive love, like I'm affectionate because I want to receive affection. Because that's one of my love languages. So, yeah, I'm a very affectionate person. But I have to dumb it down a lot because he's not affectionate. And I don't ever want to come off as aggravated or annoying, which I do at times.
But okay, so real quick, we're going to this question. I have to work on it. Like, it's something I have to work on. I'm one of those people that if I see somebody and I'm going to speak, I'm like, hey, and I see they coming for a hug, in my head, I'm like, don't hug me, don't hug me, don't hug me, don't hug me. And I'm like, but I really don't hug me. I'm sorry. But I'm working on it.
And like, I'm the type of person, I don't want nobody else to hug me, but for him, like, I want hugs and kisses all the time.
Which I'm okay with, but like, I would be, like, to me, it becomes excessive at times. Mm-hmm. And it's not, though. Like, I recognize that it's not. Like, I know that. So I'm trying to work on it. I recognize it's not. But, like, I'm just weird. All right, next question. What is my best personality trait? I said this in the last video to try to get to see it. I'm going to say it again. Her best personality trait. See, everybody thinks.
Oh, my goodness, no.
Everybody thinks that I'm overly dramatic.
Oh, my goodness.
And that I'm loud and that I'm funny. She's the one that's overly dramatic. She's the one that's loud. And she's the one that's funny. 9 times out of 10, if I'm laughing, it's because it's something she said. It's not because I'm cracking jokes. It's because something she said. And the crazy thing is, people will see us laughing, whether we're in church or, that's not a good time, but like, whether we're in church, wherever, we'll be like laughing and giggling. And we're not talking about anybody. We're talking about each other. And people, I know that people automatically think like we're talking about people, right, but we're talking about each other. Like, I'd be like, what? Like, I just say something that I just did, or that I saw something incorrect. And I'm like, man, I thought that was such and such, or something like that. And we'll be laughing at each other.
And then they always think it's him. It's like, what you done told her? Or what you talking about? Or what you done said? They always think it's him.
Think me. And I'd be like, I didn't do nothing. People like, yeah. And then look at her. And she'd be like, and they'd be like, I know he crazy. She'd be like, yep. Yeah. I'm like, what you mean?
That's true.
So, you have to answer the question, boo.
Oh, his best personality trait.
Tell the people about me. Show the people about me.
I think that his best personality trait is that, and sometimes I don't like it, but it's really good, and it's that he's nice. He's really, really nice, and sometimes I don't like that he's nice to people that don't deserve his niceness.
You know what's crazy? My job has taught me to be that way. Of course you know that. But I'll be genuinely nice to people I probably shouldn't be as nice to. And other people take that as me being fake or like me being sarcastic, and I'm really like being nice. That's the type of person I am. But can't worry about
and me on the other hand, I'm the complete opposite. It's not that I'm rude or that I'm mean. I'm just not gonna say anything to you. I'm not gonna speak. I'm not. There, like my saying is, there are millions of people in the world that I don't know, and I can always go back to you being one of them.
And my saying is, hello, how are you? How's it going? You doing all right? Great. You speak to me or not, I'm just going to keep moving. You probably frowning at me. I didn't notice. I'm not even really looking at you. I'm speaking and I'm going to keep moving. That's me. All right. Why is this question on here? I don't like talking about this. Okay. What are my spiritual gifts?
Oh. Well, you talking about mine, I'm talking about yours.
I'm trying.
No.
Go ahead.
You talking about mine.
I know.
Oh.
But I'm saying, I don't, like, when it comes to spiritual gifts, the way the church is nowadays, people think people trying to be all this and that and the third. And I'm just trying to be me.
People?
You just be
Well,
you. You just be you.
God gave you
And
what he gave you for his glory, not for people.
We see her spiritual gifts. Come on, daughter. All right. Her spiritual gifts.
Just one.
Oh, I finna say, no, this thing say, what are my spiritual gifts? You got an S in it, you guys. So I'm going to name a few, which aren't all. You want to go ahead? I'll expose her. Okay, so spiritual gifts. She's a prophetic intercessor. She is a... Alright, I'm trying not to tap in. She's a prophetic intercessor. She's a dream interpreter. She can interpret tongues as well. I'm gonna leave it at that. There's a lot more, but I'm trying not to tap in. Hiya. I'm not mystical either.
Him,
I'm not mystical.
he is in the office of a prophet. He is a prophetic intercessor.
I don't know my business.
He's a prophetic intercessor, and he's a preacher.
So you practiced this before I got here. I don't know about that. Wait, to God be the glory. Who said I love you first? Who said I love you first?
You said it.
Okay,
It
so
was by accident. Oh, sorry, they didn't watch the first one. Go
they
ahead.
didn't have the opportunity.
I know.
So I said I love you first by accident. Excuse me. I did love her first. Not love her first. I did love her. So what happened was we were on the phone. I do love her. Stop trying to confuse my words. See, that's how the enemy works. You gotta watch out. You're trying to confuse your words. Tap into your gifts, daughter. We just talked about them. Okay, anyways. So we were on the phone one day, night, whatever. So we were going to sleep. And I was like, all right, good night. She's like, good night. And then I think we just say good night, back and forth. We just, And before I was like about to go to sleep, I was like, all right, I love you. And then I woke all the way up and was like, oh, I just said I love you. And I didn't mean to say it, which I did. I do love her, and I did love her at the time, but I didn't mean to say it. And she said, I love you too. So by that point, I was like, I'm getting off the phone now because something wrong with me. I'm saying stuff that I didn't mean to say. So we didn't sleep on the phone that night. We got the phone. Got that text. Oh my God.
I don't remember sending no text. I don't remember that.
I was wanting to say
No, you lied. I know I
was
said
like,
that. I know I ain't say that.
dang,
I know I
that's
ain't say that. Because I was real guarded. So I know I ain't do all that. But I was feeling it though. Because you know how whenever you really like somebody and it gives you that butterfly, that's how he used to be for me.
Used to be.
No, I'm saying when we was young.
I know you lied. That girl said that's how he used to be for me.
No, I'm saying.
And I'm over here, because I used to love it. Wait, whoa. That's the enemy trying to creep in. We ain't no used to over here.
I'm talking about when we were young and we were
I'm
just
still young,
dating,
dog. I don't know about you.
And,
I'm still young.
he was a crush when he was just my crush. And we were new in our relationship.
Y'all should see the Man Crush Monday pitch she used to post. Anyway,
That one, it might be this hat right here on your head that you.
No, I had that blue shirt on, church shirt. I was not this hat.
Oh,
this is an old hat.
I
I've had for a
know.
long time.
I think we got to collage with it. You had that hat on.
Anyways, okay. So the last question is, how do we manage a long distance relationship and marriage? So I'm going to talk about the relationship part, and you can talk about the marriage part, because we're in long distance marriage. And I want to make sure that we talk about this because there are probably some of you that may be watching that may be contemplating getting in a long distance relationship or are in a long distance relationship now and you're trying to figure out how to handle it. So, the beginning part of our relationship when we were much younger, the only thing we could do was talk all the time. So we did. We Uvu'd. Uvu was big at the time. We didn't have iPhones and then FaceTime, none of that. Nobody's thinking about that. So we was Uvu'ing, right? Uvu, Tango, on our laptops, talking on the phone all the time. But that was when we were young. But when we got older and we decided to be in a relationship again for the 5th time, we'll tell y'all those stories later. For the 5th time, we realized that at this point, like, we needed to actually see each other consistently. We'd already met, we need to see each other consistently. So we both made the sacrifice to meet halfway, which is in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And I think we tried to meet like once or twice a month. So we would just both go that morning, which was halfway for both of us. She was in Louisiana and I'm in Alabama. We're in Alabama now. And we just both made that sacrifice. We'd go there, we just spend the day together and then leave back out that night to go home. So we did that for a few months. And then even, I think we broke up and then we got back together. Like as soon as we got back together, we was like, okay, so when we coming to meet?
Yeah.
And like the next week, we had left.
It sure was the next
So we tried to do our best, which that was different. Like once we started doing that, we was like, I get used to this. So that drive probably 5 hours all together, round trip. Yeah. 5 hours round trip all together. So it wasn't that bad. It actually wasn't bad at all for me. So that's how we managed a long distance relationship. And then we talked a lot then. And now in us being in a long distance relationship, and I've been with her the majority of my life, you guys see why, like, I'm not why I'm not affectionate, but I'm not as affectionate, which at that time probably didn't bother her that much because we only were like this once or twice a month. And me being me, even now, me being me, I am, and it's one thing I'm learning in marriage, I love to be by myself. And I don't even gotta be doing anything. Like, all right, enough about me. How do you manage a long distance marriage?
We were in a long distance marriage for
It wasn't that long.
2 months. Because we got married in February and I moved here in April. And it was not as hard as I thought it was going to be because we had always been long distance.
I think it wasn't as hard because we had like, we had like the excitement of the fact that we're about to move, like we already done this, so we like planning stuff and all kinds of stuff. So,
right, like you said, it was more so excited, but I think for me it wasn't as hard, like I said, because we had been long distance for all these years and it just seemed like it was just regular. But it was also really hard because we were married and we couldn't be around each other. And for me personally, it was still kind of hard to transition here, like, because I left all my family and all my friends and I moved here. And so I remember being at work and he'd be like, did you put in your 2 weeks notice? And I was like, no, not yet, but I will. Or sometimes, honestly, I'd be like, yeah, I'll put it in and I'll be moving in, in the 2 weeks or a week, whatever. And I know I still never put my 2 weeks notice in. Only because not that I didn't want to move here, not that I didn't want to be with my husband. It just was hard for me to just transition from everything that I knew to a new place. And we had just gotten back together. So it was just like being with somebody that I knew, but I didn't know who he was at that present time. And so it wasn't bad coming from a long distance relationship, going into a long distance marriage, but it was still hard.
And let me let the record reflect that we were not together for how long?
A year.
A year, almost 2 years.
Before we got back together?
Before we got back together.
That was a year. 2017. We were not together the whole year 2017.
You sure it was just a year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, not talking, we talked probably when my grandparents passed away.
We broke up in January. That's when I came down here. We broke up on my drive back. We broke up. And we probably talked maybe like in February, and then March, it was nothing no more. And then we didn't even start texting or anything until November-ish, September-ish, November-ish. Not even really
And that was just
more so like
hello, what's up, how are you, blah
blah.
Legit. And then we started back talking end of December.
Yeah.
You guys, after Christmas, I think. We started talking at the end of December, and I proposed on New Year's Day, and we got married in February. So that was how quickly this happened. But at the end of the day, we'd already been together for a long time. So that's why when she says, like, I didn't know who he was at that time, things change. You guys know a year changes a lot.
Yeah.
So just after that year, I'm different, she's different. We merged and realized that we're both different. Some good, some bad, you know. But what I love the most is, even in that, I didn't judge her, she didn't judge me. We both knew. Like, we had a conversation like, okay, we knew what we were getting ourselves into. And we embraced it and helped each other. And I think that is one of the most, that I admire that about both of us. I can easily sit here and judge her, and she can easily sit here and judge me, and has the right to, as my wife, and me as her husband. But we don't do that. We both know what we did. We embrace it, and we help each other along the way. So that was the last question. Thank you guys for watching our video. Hopefully this video allowed you to get to know a little bit more about us. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We probably won't answer.
No, we will.
Maybe. Don't come correct. Come correct. We might answer. I'm gonna ask one more question. What has been your most embarrassing moment since we've been married? Not just for me, just all together. Like, it can be like in front of other people, not like something.
Since we've been married?
Right. Just over this last couple years, what's been your most embarrassing moment? I'm sorry.
No.
It doesn't have to be something that you were embarrassed for in front of me.
No, I just was through. You just threw me off.
You want me to answer first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, one of my most embarrassing moments was on my hair. I had my hair a lot longer, you guys. And I was like, we were going on vacation. And I was like, babe, let's dye the tips of my hair brown. So
I didn't know you was
she was like, well, I'm about to tell you why. I wasn't. Like, I was, but I wasn't. So, like, let's dye the tips of my hair brown. So we were like, okay, cool. Going on vacation. I come change back when I went back to work. Just dye the tips. My hair, like, I remember, like, she was doing it, and then I came up, and she said, well, it's, and then I was like, what? So she was like, it's, so I was like, it's what? So it came out like blonde almost. And we both were laughing, like we were laughing so hard. And we couldn't just change it back because my hair gonna fall out. And I was like, let's do it. Like, I have no choice but to embrace it, and I did. And the funniest thing was, everybody thought something was wrong with me. Like, they thought I was going through something. Like, oh, what's going on with you? And it was nothing. It really was a mistake that I made the best of, and we laughed about.
Oh, yeah, I made the best of it.
Right. I'm not going to not post pictures on my vacation because, like, I didn't care. But at first, I was so embarrassed. I'm like, I got this almost bleach blonde hair. Like, I was, like, embarrassed.
And I had to, like, just help keep boosting him, keep gassing him up, because I didn't want him to feel embarrassed. And I know that it was a possibility that he felt some type of way because his hair is blonde.
Anybody that know me knows that, like, I can get embarrassed easily. Like, I like to try to be put together and, like, you know. So I was just like, how I'm gonna do this? And then even when we try to change it back, like, it was still, I'd be like, babe, I got in the light and I got this big old blonde
Look,
patch
I'm
right
in
here.
the sun in the car.
Look, you
it's
see
still
it?
blonde.
And she's like, well, let me.
That's funny.
Now I think it's really funny. The major thing I think is funny that everybody thought something was wrong with me. Like, I thought it was so funny. Like, people were so concerned. Are you okay? I like, yeah,
I come to me like, you like his hair like that? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's blonde. It's hair. Like.
And then when I was going through stuff, nobody knew. But when I wasn't, everybody thought
it wasn't because of the color of your hair.
Right. All right. What was your most embarrassing moment so
far? My most embarrassing moment since being married.
Make sure it's one you can tell people.
Probably one time when I passed gas. And that probably was the most embarrassing
thing. Did I realize?
Yes. You was like, you was in the bathroom or something. You was like, what was that noise? And I was like, oh my goodness.
I knew what the noise was.
I knew you knew what the noise was. And that was so embarrassing. Because I think I might have laughed or something. I don't know. But that was probably the most embarrassing thing that That was so embarrassing. Then he gonna yell from the bathroom or wherever he was at. What was that noise? Maybe even more good.
All right, you guys. Again, all right. Thank you for watching again. Comment, like, subscribe.
Yes, and also
Comment,
turn
like.
on the post notifications so that you always know when we post a new video.